Family Weekend is here. Are you ready?
The Interfraternity Council has adopted a new philanthropy.
And has your cab driver become your best friend? Hear from some students who could answer yes to this question. All this and more tonight.
This is Wildcast.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of Wildcast. I'm Max Efron.
And I'm Sarah Canty. Thanks for joining us tonight. Border Patrol agent Nicholas Ivy's funeral took place Monday morning. The FBI confirmed the shooting was caused by friendly fire. The other agent who was wounded in the incident has been released from the hospital. You can get the full story and more updates on our Facebook page.
Clean your room and make some dinner plans because Family Weekend is right around the corner. Wildcast reporter Megan Canterbury tells us of some of the exciting events ASUA has planned for this classic university tradition. Megan?
The University of Arizona is once again putting on one of the biggest events of the semester, Family Weekend. Hosted by ASUA, the theme is Under the Big Top, with 4 days of golf, carnivals, dinners, and football to show parents the excitement of university life.
We're going to be having a kickoff dinner, which will be catered by Reddington Restaurant. We're going to be having a late night variety show, which is going to feature a hypnotist named Salish. Those are both on Friday. We always try to get all the departments on campus involved, and we let any clubs get involved with our Wildcat World Fair.
There will be a carnival held at the U of A Mall, a pool party at the Student Rec Center, and a live hypnotist at the Student Union Grand Ballroom. People of all ages are invited to attend these events.
It just brings everyone together, I feel like, kids come, grandparents come, it's just anyone in the family can come, and it's awesome.
I'm excited to show my parents the campus and hang out before the game and get excited.
Even if you aren't participating in Family Weekend, students and parents are always invited to come cheer on the Wildcats as they take on the Washington Huskies here at Arizona Stadium. Even though students and parents can no longer register for Family Weekend online, tickets will be sold in person at the registration booth the day of the events. Reporting from Arizona Stadium for Wildcast, I'm Megan Canterbury.
So are your parents coming down?
No, I'm actually from Connecticut, so it's kind of too far of a plane ride to get out here for just a weekend. What about you?
That's understandable. No, they tend not to come.
That's sad.
It's a little sad.
But on a good note, the fraternities on campus are taking a stand against abuse and sexual assault. Reporter Nikki O'Shea has more on the huge donations to a great cause. Nikki?
With the ring of a gong, the Interfraternity Council, or IFC, a governing board for Greek life, celebrated another large donation Tuesday to the nonprofit organization eMERGE Center Against Domestic Abuse. In return for the donation, eMERGE Philanthropy Chair Kim is bringing awareness to UA Greek life.
They wanted to partner with a social service agency that might help them learn about sexual assault and rape and abuse and violence in the home and on college campuses.
The donation came from fees for this year's fraternity rush, and with an increase in applicants from last year, the IFC collected $30,000 from over 1,000 potential members at $30 per application, giving fraternities the ability to donate more. The donation will be shared with eMERGE's numerous shelters, programs, and individual families. IFC Executive Vice President Gavin Baldwin is ecstatic to help these victims and their families.
I think our $10,000 last fall housed 3 families for 6 months, so we donated $12,000 this fall, so just helping those families basically live for longer by their means and be able to kind of get back on their feet a little bit easier.
UA sophomores Dex and Mike were happy to know that last year's and this year's rush fees helped the Tucson community.
I think it's a good program, It's definitely a big deal, and people need to be aware of that, especially at night.
I feel good that that's where our money is going towards, and I like that now we know where our money is going instead of it just being a mystery to us.
Baldwin and the rest of IFC look forward to planning a Greek life event specifically for eMERGE.
We're all very excited on behalf of the IFC and all the fraternities. All the presidents were really excited when we told them we were going to donate $12,000, and they actually really want to start up a new philanthropy event and just do more education. So I know we're definitely going to take steps in the future to even go further.
I know that the frats sometimes get a bad reputation with all the parties and stuff, so it's kind of nice to see them putting such a great cause first for once.
No, absolutely. It looks like it's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
The Cochise County Sheriff's Office confirms that Sheriff Larry A. Deaver's blood alcohol level was above the legal limit at the time of his fatal rollover accident in mid-September. Sheriff Larry A. Deaver's family has acknowledged that they had received toxicology results immediately after the accident. Sheriff Deaver died in a rollover car crash on September 18th. Deaver was still struggling with his mother's death that occurred 4 days prior to the incident. His family expressed their appreciation for the continuation support from Cochise County and the nation.
We'll bring you our CatCast weather update after the break.
With an undefeated 5-0 outcome for the Fall Classic Tournament.
The Occupy movement is taking hold because of its strength in numbers.
Tonight is the absolute last night to ride the trolley, as it is closing for 2 years.
I'm sitting on what used to be known as Bear Down Field, which will soon be U of A's new practice field.
I'm Evan Murray, reporting from McHale Center with Wildcast.
We're back to bring you our weekly CatCast. UATV's weather expert Thomas Null is in the UATV Pinpoint Weather Center to bring you a live report. Thomas?
Thanks, Max, and thanks for tuning into the Pinpoint Weather Center. I'm Thomas Null. Temperatures are going to be going down this week as fall starts to kick in officially here in Arizona. That high pressure system that's been keeping our temperatures up and the humidity up is now moving off to the east, and we're going to see a low pressure system that was forming in the northern Atlantic Ocean, which is moving its way in the middle of Arizona. So we're getting a big draft of wind that's coming through southern Arizona that's going to increase our wind chances as well as lower our temperatures. So it's kind of a plus and a minus. I mean, we have the wildfire season, which is kind of kicking into going into an end, but the wind may bring that up just a bit. So if you're going to go camping on that limit, if you're planning on any outdoor activities that involve a campfire, you might want to be a little extra cautious this week, as that wind, as I said before, is going to kick up just a bit as those two pressure systems dominate Arizona. But as that high pressure system does move off to the east and the low pressure system comes in, we could see chances for rain. Friday and Saturday, we could see a moderate chance for isolated thunderstorms as well as decreased temperatures. For the first time this year, we're going to see temperatures in the overnight lows below 54 degrees, and that's going to be pretty chilly for your morning commute. Generally speaking, I would say that this week, if you have a sweater, you might want to put that on like Thursday and Friday, and you'll be good going from class to class. But other than that, I think you'd be pretty well. Let's take a look at your CatCast. Generally, the temperatures, as I said before, are going to be lowering on Friday and Saturday. We're going to see very low temperatures, as that low pressure system at that time will be right over southern Arizona. But we're looking for a change at the end of the week that might bring more high temperatures, as that high pressure system that might be forming behind the low pressure system makes its way into southern Arizona. But we'll of course keep an eye on that for you, and we'll update you as any changes occur. And that's your pinpoint forecast. Back to you, Max.
Thanks, Thomas. It may not happen every day, but sometimes you meet a taxi driver you just can't let go of. Wildcast reporter Liza Pluto looks into this interesting relationship between some students and their cab drivers. Liza?
With a campus of over 30,000 students, it is inevitable to meet new people. Students at the University of Arizona establish many relationships. Whether it is through Greek life, clubs, or classes, bonds are formed almost instantly. However, the most sacred bond a student at the U of A can establish is one with their cab driver. Cab drivers not only play the part as a designated driver, but to some students, they also play the role as a mentor, friend, and late-night food chauffeur.
My cab driver's name is James, and our story is we met first time last year when I was a freshman outside of La Paz dorms. and he just picked me up, and it was love at first sight when I knew that he was going to be picking me up in a white limo every single time. So we still have a strong relationship. He still picks me up every Thursday, Friday, and occasionally on Saturdays and Wednesdays.
These bonds these students have with their cab driver become very serious, and some relationships exist outside of hours of operation. Tanner and his cab driver Bill get together on Sundays for a bar crawl. Tanner usually joins Bill's wife Linda, and occasionally some friends.
Well, I'm going to use the term favorite, but I'm kind of like one of his favorite uncles at this point. And our association, our friendship has just kind of grown weekly, and a week by week.
I thought we had a lot in common, and it was somebody who I wanted to be loyal to.
I can't think of anyone that I've become as close to as Tanner, but there are a few, and mainly they're friends of Tanner's.
It is no mystery as to why these bonds form between students and their cab drivers. It is reassuring to know that these students get home safely while establishing a firm relationship. For Wildcast, I'm Liza Pluto.
A new school year brings new options for all of us at the Student Union.
Reporter Amanda Fahey looked at some of the new hotspots. Amanda?
We are a few weeks into the school year, and by this time, new students have gotten the full taste of the Student Union restaurants, leaving some students missing their hometown favorites, especially their local chains.
I'm from Houston, Texas, and we have Raising Cane's in Texas, which is really good, and everyone loves to go there. It has chicken, and they have a special sauce and fries, and it's really, really good. So I'd like to see that in the union. I think a lot of people would enjoy that.
The Student Union contains many national chain restaurants, but does not cater to those who have a hankering for their hometown cuisine and those that have very specific food intolerances. Students on campus are open to see new options in order to expand the taste of our Student Union. Food allergies are a big concern. Some students that are gluten-free find it hard to find a place that fits their needs.
I'm celiac, so I'd like to see more gluten-free restaurants here, that I could eat gluten-free pizza or other styles of food.
A unique blend of ingredients would make for an interesting alternative for students.
I'm from Phoenix, and there's this restaurant called Chino Banditos, which is pretty famous. There's 2 locations in Phoenix and Chandler. So basically the food that they have there is kind of a mix of Chinese food and Mexican or Jamaican. They have this chicken stuff, it's called jerk chicken, and it's really interesting. It tastes really good.
Since at least 2 new eateries were added to the union, for now students are going to have to look off campus to meet their cravings.
Now, I don't know, but have you heard of the Mesa Room?
No.
No? It's actually kind of a cool little place. No one really knows about it. It's in the union. It's attached to Reddington. It kind of runs through the same restaurant, and it delivers a 4-course meal for about $10. It's fantastic.
Have to check it out.
Yeah, I highly recommend it.
But don't forget, you can always find out more online. We'll give you the latest news updates, answer your questions, and post challenges on our Facebook page.
After the break, we'll bring you another edition of Tailgate Tales.
I'm Derek Williams, the former U of A Wildcat. You're watching UATV. Don't change the channel.
I'll be right there.
Thanks, cameraman. You're my hero.
He scares me. I actually kind of like that.
Welcome back. 60% of UA students have had class taught by Dr. Gerald Swanson. Wildcast reporter Allie Lea takes a look at some of the accomplishments for which one professor has come to be recognized and respected. Allie?
Dr. Gerald Swanson at Eller has taught economics all over the world. His expertise have taken him to over 50 countries.
His books, Bankruptcy 1995 and America the Broke, have gotten him critical acclaim.
And the book became a New York Times bestseller, and it became an international bestseller. And my last book, which came out in 2004, called America the Broke, was nominated for a Pulitzer Prize.
Sitting in this classroom, you really sit there and you get the feeling that you're really privileged to be able to be learning from such an esteemed man, especially in the world of economics.
Dr. Gerald Swanson has served as a professor at the University of Arizona for over 40 years. In addition to being an educator, he's also an advisor. His clients include the U.S. federal government, the Arizona legislature, and several Fortune 500 companies.
I think I was most surprised when one of my first major consulting job was with the Arizona State Legislature. And I consulted with them on revising the Arizona tax codes. Once I got that under my belt, then I began consulting with other types of corporations.
Although he is involved with many economic endeavors, he's found time to give back in regards to education.
I guess the one thing is I started a foundation that taught teachers how to teach economics in high school, and I expanded it to the point where we had programs at 21 universities throughout the United States. And so I think I really made a difference in what was being taught in school.
Reporting for Wildcast, I'm Allie Lea.
We have another edition of Tailgate Tales for you. This time, reporter Natasha Malenko looked at how the Students for Sustainability are greening the game. Natasha?
With tons of trash and recyclable materials being accumulated at each home football game, a student organization has taken the initiative to place these materials in the proper receptacles for their disposal.
Last year in 2011, Students for Sustainability created a strong partnership with Facilities Management and UA Athletics to create this program called Greening the Game.
Greening the Game is a new program It started last year, but this is the first year we're actually, doing a little bit more. What we do, we go around to the tailgaters and we teach them about recycling, what can and what cannot be recycled. And our goal is to really just educate them, to let them know that there are options to recycle out there and to just encourage them to recycle more.
This year, Students for Sustainability has added 2 new aspects to greening the game. Along with placing recycling bins inside of the stadium, members now stand at the gates to collect recyclables from fans entering the stadium, as well as the placement of recycling containers throughout tailgating areas on the U of A Mall.
We've actually had a really fantastic response from the tailgaters. They've been really supportive. I mean, we weren't sure how people were going to react because it is a new thing, but we're on, like our 3rd, 4th game now, and people have been really getting into it. I mean, we see a lot of the same tailgaters, throughout the games. We're getting to know them, and a lot of them you can tell that they're learning. They'll go through, their recycling. They'll take off the plastic for their water bottles for us. They're putting their cardboard aside when they're tailgating, when they're getting ready. They'll get recycling and a trash bag, and so it's really nice. We're getting a lot of support for them, and it's really nice to kind of see them learning and see that they're getting something out of it.
According to Facilities Management, Students for Sustainability has collected 7 tons of recyclables for the first 2 home games.
Our overall goal is to promote an environment that is about sustainability and about encouraging everyone to come together in a continual fight for a better tomorrow and a better environment for everyone around us.
Reporting from the U of A Mall, I'm Natasha Malenko for Wildcast.
Thanks, Natasha. And with Lauren out this week, we're going to turn to Ashley Nevel for the weekly sports update. Ashley, can you please tell us where we went wrong this weekend?
Well, Sarah, it was an exciting game on Saturday for the Arizona Wildcats until Stanford scored a touchdown to tie the game with 45 seconds left in regulation. Despite a career high in passing for 491 yards and 3 touchdowns, quarterback Matt Scott threw a costly interception in overtime that led to a Stanford touchdown and victory. Overall, the Wildcats' loss cannot be blamed on that one interception. The offense put on a spectacular and surprising performance on the field. Matt Scott's explosive arm completed 45 of 69 throws, which set a record for the most passing attempts and completions in both UA history and the Pac-12 history. Scott's go-to running back, Kadeem Carey, also had a tremendous game, rushing 29 times for 132 yards and 3 touchdowns. Through 6 games, Carey has accumulated 670 yards and 10 rushing touchdowns. The biggest obstacle for Arizona is the lack of size and depth within the defense, a factor that was recognized even before the season started, and without the participation of Jared Tevis and Dominique Austin, the defense was bound to struggle even more. The Wildcats fortunately have a much-needed bye week, which will give them time to heal from injuries and the 3 straight losses while preparing for next Saturday's game at home against Washington. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Ashley.
You know, in the beginning, I really thought we were going to win.
I know. It was a really tough one to watch.
No, but better luck next time. And from all of us here at UATV, thanks for joining us. You can watch us anytime online at uatv.arizona.edu.
We'll see you back here next week for another edition of Wildcast.